everybody, how are you all? I hope you guys are doing absolutely awesome. My name is Pritesh and I'm your trainer from Learnbay, welcoming you to this very amazing comparison and a tiff between Amazon Web Service, that is AWS, versus Azure versus Google Cloud. So let us understand that what are these cloud computing platforms, what are the comparisons between them, what offers what, and why is AWS cool, why is Azure cool, why is Google Cloud Platform cool, and also where do we apply them in our day-to-day life. So welcome to this session guys. Let's explore AWS versus Azure versus Google Cloud. Let us begin. So we begin with the Amazon Web Service, that is AWS. Before that, we will understand the definition of cloud computing. So we have already understood that basically cloud computing is like a space. It is an online space where you can store data, you can deliver computing services, whether it is software, server, whether it is database, networking, intelligence, analytics, right? So you can store data, use software, or even run websites all through the internet. Basically that's cloud computing for you, a super handy tool in our digital world. If you look at the basic definition of cloud computing, it is a platform to deliver computing services like software, server, like your networking, database, intelligence, analytics through the internet. And this is done for flexible resources, this is done for faster innovation, and it is also done for economies on a scale, right? So that is what is cloud computing. Like for example, you are able, without buying the software of Canva, you are able to use certain features of Canva, right? Because it is on the cloud. Today you can store your photos, videos, everything on Google Cloud and Google Drive, and you can access this drive from anywhere in the world. You just have to log into your email ID. That is cloud computing, where you are basically you can say operating the features of a computer but on the internet, not on that particular system, right? Now what is the importance of cloud computing in today's digital world? So basically it's a game changer for doing schoolwork, schoolwork from home, playing games online, storing tons of videos and photos, and it's all about making life more connected and more easy. Collaborations are possible, a lot of flexibility, scalability is possible. There are lots of other advantages like sales, like flexibility, scalability, collaboration, the interface, the tools integration. There are lots of there are lots of benefits of cloud computing, right? Collaboration is also one of them. Then we look forward and we understand the market leaders. So when you talk about cloud computing platforms, we have got three market leaders. One is Amazon Web Services, that is AWS. Second is Azure, and the third is Google Cloud Platform, or GCP. So when I talk about Amazon Web Services, popularly known as AWS, it is proficient in data analysis, market research tools, and insightful about consumer behavior. Netflix is somebody that uses Amazon Web Services as the cloud computing platform, right? So Netflix is a live example of using AWS, right? So because it is very skilled in data analysis, it is very efficient for market research tools and insightful in consumer behavior. Then if you just look at it in a little detail, when you're watching a show or a movie on Netflix or Amazon or Hotstar or any other OTT platform, they will ask you, did you like it? Now if you put the thumbs up button, if you press the thumbs up button, it will start showing you similar results, right? Specially curated for Pritesh, specially compiled for Pritesh, and there will be a list of shows and movies which are very similar to the one which I had liked, right? So that is how they show you the content, that is how they understand human behavior, and that is why AWS is a leading giant when it comes to understanding consumer behavior, and that is why Netflix is somebody that uses AWS. Then we have got Microsoft Azure. Now Microsoft Azure, AWS is by Amazon, Azure is by Microsoft. It was introduced in 2010, known for working seamlessly with all the Microsoft products, and you might have used it at school or at home. So Microsoft Azure is very useful for Microsoft products like your MS Office, when it comes to MS Office Suite, all the different products under MS Office Suite, and etc. So when it comes to handling Microsoft products, Microsoft Azure is the best choice. You all have heard of PayPal, right? So PayPal uses the Google cloud platform, right? It was again launched in 2011. Google's cloud services is awesome for things like AI and analyzing big data. When we are talking about very huge data, that time Google cloud platform or GCP comes into picture, like figuring out what's trending. So you can say Spotify is a platform which might cater to something like GCP, because they have to understand what is trending, the kind of music, the kind of podcasts that are trending, the kind of albums that are trending. So I'm not saying it does, but that is something that can use GCP. Now diving a little further, so we know that AWS is catering to consumer behavior, Azure is catering to Microsoft products, and GCP is catering to big data, finding trends and all. Now, moving a little ahead, we talk about AWS overview. So what is AWS? It is a huge online toolbox created by Amazon. It started in 2006. These are the pointers that you must remember. So it's a huge online toolbox created by Amazon, started in 2006, biggest of its kind, different digital tools and services that websites and apps use to run smoothly, right? Started by Amazon 2006, biggest giant in its industry, right? Many apps and websites use AWS. Then what can you do with AWS? So apart from understanding consumer behavior and data and all, it is able to rent a super powerful computer for you, right? To do tasks like hosting a website, storing videos, running complex computer programs, and that is why AWS is one of the most sought after cloud computing platforms when we are dealing with a very huge database, especially the multimedia database, which has got videos, which has got hosting websites, which has got a lot to deal with consumer behavior and then curating the data or then manipulating the data accordingly, right? Then if you look further ahead, why is AWS so cool? So it has got lots of services, making it popular among big companies and startups. It's known for being really super secure, and it is very important in the online world. When we deal with examples, you'll be understanding that why AWS is so much sought after, right? So the real world example of AWS is Netflix. Netflix is able to stream movies to millions of people at the same time. They use AWS to handle all that data and make sure your movie night goes off without a glitch, right? Without any issues. Today, you can have 4 different profiles on Netflix. All 4 can be watching 4 different things at the same time, sitting in 4 different corners of the world, right? At the same time, even if you just take the example of India, with a population of more than 140 billion, today, we can say that in the night, maximum people in India are using Netflix. How is Netflix able to cater to such a huge consumer base without any glitches? So many times, I still remember all these, when the results are out, when the 10th and 12th standard results are out, many times the education council website crashes, whether it is ICSE or state board or CBSE board or IGCSE, whatever board. The website crashes. Why? Because so many people, so many students are checking their results at the same time, because it is not able to handle such a huge consumer base, right? But does Netflix crash? Does Netflix crash? No. Does Netflix give you a glitch? No. Even though so many more people are using than result declaring website. But why is Netflix not crashing? Because it is using Amazon Web Service. It is using AWS as the cloud computing platform, and that is giving it a glitch-free streaming service. That is giving it a glitch-free streaming experience, right? So Netflix is able to cater to such a huge consumer base because it is using AWS. Again, I gave you the example of how it shows you the movies and shows which you have watched, which you have liked in the past, how it shows you the similar genre, how it shows you the similar kind of movies, similar kind of shows, because it analyzes consumer behavior. It is able to understand consumer behavior. Apart from that, very important for you to know is that it is extremely secured. It is extremely secure. It is extremely safe. And that is about AWS. Then when we talk about Microsoft Azure, so as we know, it is something to deal with all the Microsoft products launched in 2010 by Microsoft. It is a vast collection of digital tools and services in the cloud. It's designed to help businesses manage their online activities efficiently. Today, almost all the businesses use Microsoft at some point or the other, whether it's Microsoft Edge, whether it is Excel, PowerPoint, Word. So many different platforms are there. They all are using Microsoft, and it is able to run so efficiently because of Azure, right? Then why is Azure super special? So Azure is special because of the popularity. It is popular for it's so easy to use, it's so very user friendly, especially if you are familiar with other Microsoft products, is known for strong security and flexibility, making it a favorite among large and small companies alike. As we saw in the beginning itself, you also have used Microsoft at some point in life, in school or at home. And when you look at it from a larger perspective, then these small and large companies are dependent on Microsoft Office, which is run with the help of cloud computing platform called Azure. Again, launched by Microsoft, created by Microsoft in 2010, right? Then we move ahead and we understand that what can you do with Azure? Lot of things. Again, host websites, manage a lot of data, and develop complex applications, everything online. Example of Azure will be the vCreate in healthcare. So vCreate is something that uses Azure. This service uses Azure to provide video messaging in healthcare settings. It's particularly helpful for patient families to receive updates from doctors, especially during the situations like COVID-19, where hospitalization was limited. So we have got something like Practo, right? Please go and find out what Practo uses, right? Apart from that, vCreate is an application functioning in the healthcare department, which is using Azure to carry out all its operations. And that is how vCreate is dependent on Azure to carry out its functions smoothly. Okay, please find out what is Practo using. Practo again is a platform where you can have a video call with the doctor, where you can interact with the doctors, and again it has a huge database. Please find out what Practo uses. I'm sure it will be using one of these giants only. Okay, then we move on to GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform, created by Google in 2011. It is a very big digital toolbox in the cloud that's great for handling all sorts of online tasks. So again, it is like something like a Bahubali. It can do everything. It can handle a lot of online tasks created by Google. Obviously, it will have a far more reach, right? Created in 2011. Then what can you do with GCP? So if you talk about the functions of GCP, it again allows you to store a lot of data, run powerful applications, and even dive into complex data analytics and machine learning. It has a far more complex behavior. It has a far more complex and a wider reach as well. So whether it is data analytics, whether it is machine learning, whether it is storing the data, whether it is running applications, all of it can be done smoothly with the help of Google Cloud Platform or GCP. Then we talk about why is Google Platform so cool. So because of the top-notch data analytics and machine learning. It's a hit for businesses that need to analyze large amounts of data and gain insights. And that's why PayPal is something that is using GCP. So PayPal, it's a payment platform. It uses GCP to manage the data and transaction requirements. With Google Cloud Platform, PayPal can handle increasing amounts of transactions securely and efficiently, making sure online shopping stays smooth and safe. Again, PayPal is something that is dealing with money. It is dealing with transactions. So it has to be super efficient. It has to be super secured. You can't have people hanging there with their transaction in progress status, right? So again, it has to be very secure. It has to be very safe. It has to be very efficient, because people are not only doing transactions, they are also doing a lot of, shopping online. So PayPal is widely used across the globe, and PayPal is a platform that is using Google Cloud Platform, that is GCP. So we saw one of the largest giants in the world today, Netflix, AWS, vCreate, Azure, PayPal, GCP. So we see that how these cloud platforms are making their mark in the world today, right? And now comes the time to understand or have a comparison between these three and understand which is better, right? I'm sure we are not going to reach any conclusion, because all three of them have got their own, uses and their own specialities. So if we see AWS, it offers the most extensive range of services suitable for various needs, consumer behavior. Azure, it is perfect for Microsoft, ideal for Microsoft centric environments. And then we have GCP. It is leading in analytics and machine learning, complex data, complex applications, complex projects. right? Then that is about what they have to offer. Now, if you look at the performance, so AWS and Azure, they have robust solution for enterprises. They are mostly dealing to, huge companies, huge enterprises, huge institutions, huge corporations, whereas GCP is excelling in high performance computing, especially for heavy data tasks. For, where there's a lot of data involved, there GCP will be the winner. So if you see, as of 2023, AWS is leading with a 32% market share, with companies like Netflix using AWS. Azure is on position 2 with 23%, whereas GCP is around 10%. This is according to the 2023 data. We learnt about the market share of AWS, Azure and GCP, right? And then if you look at best fit, so AWS is perfect for platforms like OTT platforms for e-commerce, healthcare, startups. Azure is very, very good for businesses, right? Especially the ones who are using Microsoft and government organization. Whereas GCP is perfect for industries that are using AI and big data. The industries that are, that are engaged in any kind of research, media companies, they can cater to GCP. So all these three, we do not have a comparison which is better. We understand what are their uses, we understand what are their limitations, we understand how far can they go, we understand how much they can get involved with different kinds of companies, different kinds of industries, which domains can use Azure, which domains can use AWS, which domains can use GCP. Like, banks and institutions can definitely go for Azure because they are catering to Microsoft, right? Then if you have got a customer behavior driven platform like an OTT, okay, or like something like a Zomato, that or Swiggy, they can use AWS. Whereas where there is a lot of data involved, where there is a lot of complex data involved, where there's a lot of analytics and machine learning involved, where the field is very, very technical, there they can go for GCP. So there is no comparison. All three are the best players in their own domain, right? So with that, we come to the end. And this was quite insightful. This was quite amazing to learn and to understand about these super giant cloud computing platforms, Amazon Web Services, Azure, and Google Cloud Computing or GCP, right? I hope you guys found this session insightful. And if you did, make sure that you do not wait, get set, go, and visit learnbay.co. Keep watching, keep learning.